And if you've been hearing about the single transferable vote and a different way to be democratic in this province, Charlie's going to put it into context for us in this week's Third Rail.
In his recent farewell address in Victoria, MLA David Chudnovsky compared the BC legislature to a sideshow. Now, I'm not sure the analogy works because a sideshow has to pause sometimes and consider its audience's feelings. Nevertheless, point taken. Chudnovsky said, quote, "They sent us here to listen, and we don't." Now, that's not exactly news for the rest of us, but hey, everybody learns at their own pace. The disconnect that we feel from government is due, at least in part, to the way that we elect them. In 2001, despite winning only 57% of the votes, the BC Liberals took a whopping 97% of the seats in legislature. That's like if your wife called you a half a man and then you just rounded it up to the next decimal and then fluffed up your mustache. And speaking of fluffy mustaches, in 1996, Glenn Clark and his NDP got less votes than Gordon Campbell's Liberals, but still got to form the government. And all that without any hanging chads or crooked Supreme Courts. On May 12th, British Columbians get to vote on whether or not to change their electoral system. The alternative being presented, called BC-STV, or Single Transferable Vote, has a broad list of endorsers. See, normally, if both Preston Manning and David Suzuki are saying the same thing, one of them is being sarcastic. But not this time, because this isn't a left-right issue, and it's not an issue of partisan politics. See, our current setup works about as well as a fast ferry riding on a recently privatized BC rail. Not much of a democracy, but it makes a hell of a sideshow. For the City News List, I'm Charlie Demers.
I was a big fan of SCTV. I like that joke. Johnny LaRue?
We have to go to another break, people, but follow us on Twitter or join us on our Facebook group and look for the City News List. Where'd you get a picture of David Suzuki? Is that his real body?